Well, hello, my creative peeps. It's Craftin' Just Because with Chris Cowan. And we are going to make a card today. It's a column card. We've made one of these before, but you know, they always turn out different when you use different product. We're using the Amber Autumn. So I've got Blessed to Have You in My Life, and then the pumpkin piece. I have Memento ink, and we're going to be coloring it in with some Stampin' Blend. So I have my Gray Granite, Crushed Curry, Mossy Meadow, and Cajun Craze blends. I have Mossy Meadow cardstock, Very Vanilla cardstock, and then we're going to be using the Autumn Toile Designer Series paper. So let's first cut our pieces so that we can get our paper trimmer out of the way. Okay, so first off, we want to cut a card base, and I'm going to cut that out of the Mossy Meadow, and I need it to be 8 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this on the 11-inch side at 5 1/2. And then we are going to cut this down to 8 1/4. Okay. And we are going to score it at 1, 2, 3, and 4 inches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's all done on the 8 1/4 inch side. Okay. Then I need to cut another piece that is 4 inches by 4 1/2 inches. So 4 1/2, and then by 4. And we want to score this at a 1/2 inch on the 4-inch side. 1/2 inch, and at 1 1/2 inches. Okay. And then I want to cut 2 pieces of a Very Vanilla. We're going to do one on that little piece that we just created, and then one for us to write on the back of. So hold on here. I'm just going to measure just to make sure I get my measurements right. So we want 2 3/8 by 4 3/8. So 2, oops, I should do it up here so you guys can see it. 2 3/8 by 4 3/8. And then I also need a piece that is, let's see here, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So 4 1/8. By 5 3/8. Okay. And then we're going to cut some Designer Series paper, and we need 3 little pieces. And we're going to use this pattern right here. And I want to cut a piece that is, let's see here, 3 inches by 5 3/8. And then I want 2 pieces that are 5 3/8 by 7/8. So I'm going to do one that piece and then one from the back of the piece. Okay. And that should be all of our cutting of our paper. So let me get my paper trimmer out of the way. And then we'll bring back in our blends and our ink. Okay. And I'm bringing in these two pieces in particular. Okay. So I'm looking here. It's going to kind of go off. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do our sentiment first. Just like that. Pretty. Then I'm going to go ahead and do my pumpkin on this piece. Perfect. Okay. So let me wipe these off really quick. How's everybody's Friday going? Good, I hope. I'm glad it's Friday, as always. I think everybody's always glad when it's their Friday, right? Okay. So now we just need to color in our pieces. Oops. Okay, so this is done, this is done. We're gonna bring in our Cajun Craze Dark. And since we have it out, we'll go ahead and do this pumpkin as well. Okay. And then we'll color those in and blend with our Cajun Craze. It's been a while since we've colored together. I enjoy it. Okay. Then we'll come in with our Mossy Meadow and we'll grab all the leaves. then, oh, right there. Okay, and then we'll come in with the light. Sorry, I'm quiet when I'm coloring here, but we're still here, I assure you. Okay, oh, whoops, in our stem here. Okay, and then we're just gonna go in with some of that gray granite, and I'm just gonna get, whoops, I want the finer tip. I'm not even gonna blend those. I'm just gonna go in and grab some of those there, and then we're gonna do the same thing with crushed curry on the corn and the gourd here. And then we'll do the light. And then we should be good to go in putting this card together. There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our bone folder. And we're going to fold and burnish all of our score lines. Okay, and then we're going to fold this over and glue it down. So we're going to put glue on that last tab. Okay, fold it down and fold it over like that, so that when you lift it up here, you have a column. Then we're going to add our designer series paper here. Okay. Just like that. And then we're going to add some designer series paper here, and then on the other side there. So there, and then here. Okay. And then this is going to go on the back. It looks too big. It is. I need to cut it down. Don't know how I managed that. So I thought this was 5 3/8. It's definitely not. So I must have put it in wrong. There we go. Not sure what happened there. Okay, so this is going to go on the back. Just like so. to flip this over, and we're going to fold and burnish this like this. And we're going to add, this again looks too big. Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay. So I'm going to add that to my panel. Okay. And that's how our card's going to look. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to add glue to my 1/2 inch panel, just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to, whoops. I didn't get that stuck down all the way. Okay, then I'm going to add a string of glue there and fold it over. Let that sit for just a minute. And then we'll pop it back up. Come on. Uh-oh, did I? There we go. From when I moved it, it got a little glue there. But see how cute that is? A nice panel card. And then you could write your greeting on the back. I think we need to add some jewels though. So let's bring in the stringed dots before we finish off this cute little project. Okay. And then, you know what? I'm going to bling this little sucker out. We are also going to add some of this, because I probably should have cut a panel for here so that when you open the card, you don't see the plane, but I have an idea for that. We're going to stick some of this gauze ribbon, and we're just going to tie a knot. And I think that will finish off my card how I like it. Come on. And then we'll cut that off. And there we have it, my friends. I think I'm in love with the card. Let me get it pushed back up here. So that's how it looks there. And then, blessed to have you in my life. So thank you guys for joining me. As always, it's always fun crafting with you. And until next time, my creative peeps, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And remember, stay awesome.